Hi, I'm Tony, he's Slack, this is Smog Vlog. Today we're going to be having a face-off between the iJust 2 and the CFiber.
Okay, so both these kits are designed to be all-in-one battery tank, one sleek unit. They're both sub-ohm kits and they both have good performance.
Okay, so let's dive back down and show you a break apart of all the tanks and up closely look at the batteries.
Let's take a look at the difference between the batteries. So obviously straight away you can see how much bigger the CFiber is than the iJust 2 battery. But that aside, let's look at some differences. Starting down the bottom, you can see the vent holes. We have one tiny token hole on the iJust here. It's almost not worth having a hole. Whereas you have four almost not worth having a holes on the bottom of the CFiber there. The layout and the diameter are very similar. They feel very similar in your hand. It's just the length that's the difference. Button placement between the two devices are obviously very similar. The button lights are also similar if you were to describe them. However, as you can see, the CFiber wins out on lights. Also, the CFiber's light changes colour. You have the red, white and blue OLED inside. iJust 2's light doesn't change colour when it's getting low, it merely flashes to show its charge level. As you'll be able to see from this video, the iJust 2 light is almost impossible to see. The lighting in this room isn't amazing at the moment, but it's still very difficult to see. Outside in sunlight, forget about it. Moving to the top of the device now, we have our 510 connectors, which are actually very similar. So they're both sprung loaded, they have a very similar feel. Sorry for the focus. And the top of the connectors looks remarkably similar. Though the CFiber kit has some more ridges in there which they claim aids heat dissipation. These heat fins, they really do aid heat dissipation. And those heat fins are missing from the iJust 2. Which is, again, one of the reasons why it's shorter. Next up's USB charging ports. They're oriented differently. When you charge the iJust 2, you get a little red light down here that indicates that it's charging and it goes out when it's finished. On the CFiber, when you're charging on here, you'll have a red light on your radioactive go button, which will change to a blue light once you've finished. It's much more visible, it's better. Last thing to say about the batteries is the battery life. The iJust 2 is 2600 mAh, whereas the CFiber is 3000 mAh. Output wattage on the CFiber is advertised as 100 watts. The iJust 2 standard wattage with the 0.3 coil is 80 watts. However, if you fit the 0.5 coil, it actually adjusts up to 100 watts also. So next up is our difference between coil heads and bases. So they have a sort of similar design with the heat fins running through. However, the CFiber definitely takes the lead here. So the CFiber has built-in heat fins here around the air holes, which you can actually adjust by moving a rotating ring, which is a lot easier to do when it's on a device rather than just in your hands. The iJust 2 doesn't have that, it's wide open, and if you want to adjust the airflow you're going to need to use a rubber cock ring. A lurid yellow fluorescent rubber cock ring, unless you're going to pay extra to buy a separate cock ring. 510 connectors are fairly similar, however the iJust 2 510 does protrude slightly, whereas the CFiber is more internal / finished flush with the end. So let's take a look at the coil heads themselves. CFiber, we're currently running with a brand new 0.4 ohm coil, whereas iJust 2 we're running with a new 0.3 ohm coil, which is the standard fit. You can see iJust coils are slightly bigger. Both coils have a mesh across the top to help reduce spitback, etc. And both have a similar amount of juice holes on the side, though again the iJusts are bigger. One thing you will notice as a difference between tanks is the iJust 2 has an O-ring at the top here, which kind of takes up the entire size of the unit. That's where the tank screws down. Whereas the CFiber, that's more on the inside. You're losing a bit of space as to where that joins on it in the tank. Okay, top of tank time. Let's go first with the iJust 2. We have two juice holes here. They're fairly small, but when you even use a glass pipette, the juice goes in okay. The juice holes are much larger, same sort of positioning, but on the CFiber face tank, much larger. Apologies for the dampness of the tanks, they've just had a vodka bath, getting them ready for some flavour comparison. Looking at juice capacity between the two tanks, the iJust 2 has 5.5 mils, whereas the face tank's reported to have 3, though we've managed to get more than 3 in ours. The CFiber has some heat fins across the top here, again to help keep your vape cool, which is a good idea. Though the iJust has nothing, it's just sort of a nice smooth finish, short, easy, opting for more storage capacity for your juice. Drip tips come at a similar size, the iJust 2 being slightly shorter. However, the CFiber has adjustable airflow on its drip tip on both sides. So let's go ahead and juice the coils. We're going to use Boston Cream Donut from Gourmet Vapes because it's fucking lovely, and we're going to juice both tanks up the same so we can do a flavour comparison, power comparison, equal juice. I'm just going to pre-wet both the coils. Now you may think I'm doing this hastily and making a real mess of it. You should see when I do it off camera. Okay, so here's the CFiber. We're going to fill her up. We have the large holes here. Let's just whack it in. Nice and easy. Loads of space to work. Ooh. Okay, that's some juice in CFiber. Now let's go same again with iJust 2. You see how the juice is all just sort of sitting around the outside, partly to do with my lack of skill getting it in the hole, for and partly to do with the fact that the tightness of the hole means you can't get your stick anywhere near it. Ooh. Okay, that will do. One thing I will mention while we're up close is when you unscrew CFiber, one problem I've found occasionally is that the coil then becomes loose. It unscrews with the device. So if you are taking this off and you're not changing the coil, be sure to check it's tight.
Although, to be fair, I've had exactly the same trouble with iJust 2.
I've never had on mine. Okay, well that's good. Okay, let's just whack the units back together around the right way this time, and that's CFiber. And iJust 2 all in one. Okay, let's head out and get this party started.
Okay, so that was the uppy-closey look at the break apart for all the tanks and giving you all the relevant pertinent details. This video is primarily is going to be about performance and how we both feel about how they both performed, because we've both used both of them independently of each other. So we just thought we'd create a video to
See whose is bigger? Oh no, wait, let's not go into that.
No contest. To see if there was ever really a contest between the two.
We're not going to do the tech specs any more than we did in the uppy closey. However, if you want to know more, check out our product reviews for each of these. We'll link you up in the description below. Okay, let's go through some of the pros and cons we've found about the device and general performance for day to day. I guess we'll start with the negative. We'll start with the cons. As I've got the iJust 2 in my hand, I'm going to go straight away for the cock ring that comes with it. It's useless. It's a crap design. I hate it. However, on the upside, I do really like it with full open airflow. If I didn't though, I'd be pretty pissed off.
Yeah.
CFiber have nailed it, I think. That the face tank with the built-in adjustable airflow, it would have been so easy to fit on the iJust. Why is it not there?
I think primarily from eLeaf's perspective at the time, it was probably an easy sort of out for them just to create a wide open airflow and create this cheap plastic cock ring to lug in the box for everyone. They'll probably release it with version 3 like on the CFiber.
Yeah, I guess cost savings may come into that because the iJust 2 generally runs a lot cheaper than the CFiber.
But we'll talk about pricing at the end. The cons for the CFiber are sort of like the rough base that I said in the review video, and also the dodgy placement of the USB charger. It doesn't sit in there properly. And it's a bit of a pain to try and locate when you need to charge it, which all kind of arcs back to poor workmanship coming out of China.
Yeah, see, I'm not at all bothered by the base. The USB charger is annoying, but I don't really have a problem now. I've got the technique down, special technique. But you shouldn't need that, you know, it is a fault. I'm not overly sticking up for it there. It would be better if it didn't have that problem. No problem with the iJust 2, that just whacks in and yeah, it goes. I don't know whether we've just got a moody CFiber kit there. Could be that. Okay, calling out the iJust 2 on the drip tip. While it's a cool drip tip, I get on quite well with it itself. Fitting it, I mean, it doesn't want to get on there. It's a bit of a faff. Admittedly, it's not something I change often, and it's good to have a drip tip that fits securely, but not one that you have to fight in and actually damage your finger to make fit. The drip tip that comes with the CFiber is infinitely better with the adjustable airflow. You know, it fits better. They win on that.
I don't know. From my personal perspective, yeah, it's a good fitting drip tip, but the airflow adjustment for it, opening it up, it just kills any flavour for me from the tank. Whereas the iJust 2, it's a really good size. I think, in my view, it's probably a little bit bigger than the CFiber, and once it's fitted, that's it. I don't fucking worry about it.
The lights on the iJust 2 are terrible. If you're in anything other than total darkness, you can't really tell what's going on, apart from the charging little red LED, which is pretty naff compared to what the CFiber offers. So yeah, the iJust 2 sucks there. Definitely a weak point.
I completely agree. It was a bit of a design flaw. I said it in the original review video for it. It should have had the traffic light colours to indicate the charge level of it. But equally, I don't find CFiber any better because it doesn't give you any advance warning when the battery's draining. It will literally just go and go and go, and then that's it. You've fucking got nothing. At least with that, you've got some hope of looking into it somehow to see how fast the lights are flashing at you. Once it
goes
dead.
off. Oh, it does give you warning before it's dead, but not a lot. Not enough for you to be able to do anything with it.
The only warning I get is literally the power starts dipping. You're not getting as much vapour out of it. That's the only advance warning I get.
Light goes red when it's running low.
I've never actually seen that. It just goes. Well, it's like when you're using it. I mean, if you use it with your thumb, you're like this. You don't see shit, do you?
True, but yeah.
True that.
At least you can see it, you know, unlike this, where even if you're trying to look, you can't see it.
Even in broad daylight, you can do the old uppy closey look, and it will tell you.
But,
It will
but,
go, boop, boop, boop.
but you can't look at your.
Whereas this, it is white until it's dead.
It's red when it's nearly dead, and you need to think about charging it.
Okay, that's enough ragging on them. Let's talk about the good stuff that we liked about them.
Yeah, so I guess flavour is going to be my first. The iJust, I think, has the edge just slightly on flavour. Its 3.3 ohm coil is really good. I much prefer the 0.2 ohm coil in the CFiber, and that gives a sort of comparable flavour. But there's a downside to that it just drinks juice. So I think the iJust 2 just about has it there. However, I do like the fact that the CFiber actually comes with both choices of coils, your 0.2 and your 0.4. The iJust 2 is compatible with 0.5 ohm coils, but it doesn't come with any, so you can't try it out. However, having tried it out, they leak like a motherfucker. Massive downside there. Should have added that to the cons, really.
I'm going to be fairly impartial with flavour because I find them equally as good out of both of them. I don't know whether that's just me personally or whether Slack's some sort of super expert on flavour. But like I said, I'm okay with both of them. They've both got wicked flavour.
Yeah, I agree. They both have got wicked flavour. However, I do just think the iJust 2 just has the edge on it. Next up, I'm going to go battery life. Obviously, the 3000 mAh battery in the CFiber wins out. It's a bigger battery. Offshoot of that, though, it's fucking massive. The battery is nearly the same size as the battery and tank of the iJust 2, so you kind of get what you're carrying about, really.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with him there because I found probably the iJust 2 served me better in battery life. I don't know whether it's down to usage or the fact that it uses less wattage than the CFiber, but I felt personally that one outlasted this one.
Strange. Okay, we've just been hitting the fuck out of these. One thing I've noticed is the heat. The heat is dealt with a lot better in the CFiber. Admittedly, we're currently running in the 0.4 ohm coil. However, even with the 0.2, it just deals with heat a bit better. It's all them heat fins coming into play there. But again, the trade-off is size. This is much, much smaller. But if you prefer a cooler vape like I do, CFiber wins on that, I think.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. The heat fins do an excellent job. Luckily, I don't generally give a crap about the heat transfer on the iJust 2. The tip of it seems to deal with it. No worries for me. I don't get any sort of like burning lip sensation.
Yeah, I'm a bit more sensitive to it, and it is good, it is acceptable, but it's not as good as the CFiber, basically. Also, the CFiber has the adjustable air holes around the tip, which would help with that. But, it doesn't even need it. Just all those heat fins, keep it cool.
The other one's going to be tank capacity, 5.5 for the iJust 2 versus 3 for the CFiber.
Yeah, a bit over 3, but yeah. Definitely the iJust 2 wins. For a smaller unit, you're carrying around a lot more juice. And if Tony reckons he's getting more charge out of this or longer use out of it, which I disagree with. But again, that's going to come down to your vaping habits, how hard you hit it, the weight, type of toke you take. But if you're getting more battery life out of this, then bigger tank, brilliant.
So, button placement on the units. I like the iJust 2 better. I don't know why, it just seems to protrude more, or there's a rigid sort of aspect to it with that reverse Superman symbol thing. I just find it every single time that I go for a hit, whereas the CFiber, I've had it more than once where I've sort of like lost the button and I've got the device in my mouth and I'm like, fuck, where is it? And I've got to take it out and bastard! Yeah. And then, yeah.
See, I'm going to go the opposite. I much prefer the button on the CFiber. It looks cool, it works well, it's got the lights built in it that work. It's for me a superior button, and I haven't accidentally set it off on my steering wheel. So yeah, the CFiber is definitely winning for me for that. Okay, I'm going to go styling. The CFiber they've actually done something with, and it's going to be a Marmite thing, but I really like it. I really like the carbon fibre effect on it. It looks really cool. All the heat fins make it look really cool. The iJust 2, though, it's got a really good size. It's just pretty dull to look at. I like the design of the 2 button, but if it lit up like the CFiber, it would make it a lot better. So I just think design-wise, they could have done a bit more with the iJust 2.
Once again, we're going to disagree like cat and dog on this one, because although CFiber, have added the carbon fibre effects, I'll give them bonus points for the fact that they produce them in different colours. You've got a range of colours. You've got the silver, black, purple, blue. And red, I think, in the range, which is brilliant, and that can appeal to a lot of people. Me personally, I fucking love brushed stainless. Works for me every fucking time.
Yeah, horses for courses. Different strokes for different folks, and various other ways to say the same thing. Let's just give it a hit, see if we can think of any other fine details. Don't cross the streams, dude.
Oh shit, we lost the camera.
There it is.
There it is. It's for me.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah, both beautiful, definitely. Really, really enjoying it. However, I'm just watching the juice go down in this. Smaller tank, and I think it's a bit more juice thirsty.
Definitely. We've both been vaping these at the same time, and while it's probably difficult to tell, you can see that the iJust 2 there is a couple of mils off the top, whereas the CFiber, both completely filled at the start of this review. And yeah, that's nearly halfway done.
Yeah, and that's the big half as well.
Yeah, that is the big half. CFiber is a thirsty boy, not dissimilar to the TFV4.
Okay, I guess it's time to wrap this up. Tone, which one do you prefer?
Well, I think it's going to be a shock to everyone out there, but iJust 2 definitely for me.
See, I'm really torn. I was thinking CFiber, but the iJust 2, I think, just has the edge on the flavour there over the CFiber. But CFiber has it on everything else. It's a cooler hit. It looks cooler, in my opinion. I guess the real question is, how much do they cost? I think CFiber is roughly double the cost of the iJust 2 kit.
Not quite, but it's getting there.
So, I think if I'd lost both of these, which one would I replace? I would struggle to know. Obviously, if I was flush with cash, iJust 2 all the way. Money not being an issue, I just don't know. I don't think I can call it. So we've probably got 1.5 votes for the iJust 2 and half a vote for this.
To give you perspective, the iJust 2 kit retails for, I think on the website, about 35 quid. The CFiber battery by itself, I think I saw it for as low as about 23, 24 quid. But put the face tank on there as well, pushes the price up to close to 50 quid.
Yeah, I mean, if you're buying it in America, you're looking... I've seen the iJust 2, authentic ones for like $20, you know. Which, given the exchange rate, you're looking at about 15 quid mark, which is ridiculously cheap. What you get for your money there is brilliant. This tends to be about $50-$60, somewhere in that region. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know that you get enough extra performance if you're paying that sort of price to warrant that extra price tag. It's good. I really like the device. It looks good. So if looks are important to you and money isn't, then yeah, this is definitely the way to go. But if you're fairly frugal like I tend to be, I think iJust 2. This is why I can't really choose between them.
So we've got a nice concrete review there for you guys.
Well, yeah, from Tony. Tony knows. Whereas I am indifferent, I have to admit.
Hopefully in the future both companies sort out with their next incarnations of the device, like the adjustable airflow and bigger batteries.
Or smaller batteries in the case of the CFiber.
And a bigger tank.
Yeah, smaller battery, bigger tank. That would be good for here. Whereas maybe a larger battery life on the iJust 2, I think.
And adjustable airflow.
And a decent light system.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'd be on to a winner.
And then we'll do another face-off for you.
Okay, so that concludes our comparison between the iJust 2 and the CFiber kit.
Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe on all the social media and stuff that we do like that. Also, drop us a comment down below if you think we're doing a good job or not doing a good job, and just let us know.
All your experiences with these devices, let us know. That would be good.
Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.
The CFiber.
Under your arse.
Ah, tasty.
Now it should be Boston cream donut, but all I'm getting is nuts.
You don't usually complain.
He's Slack. This is Smog Vlog. Today we're going to be doing. I've just hit the fucking camera.
Be small, but Dude, I was about to start. I
started laughing.
I can't help it. It happens. Oh shit. First, let's take a look. No, not first, in case you do it. Let's take a look at the difference between the bat. Let's take a look at the. Oh, mic's down here. Cock bags. Kind of. iJust 2's light doesn't flash. No, it does flash. Okay, let's complete the assembly. Upside down. Okay, before we smoke the room out completely, we'll cock everything up in the video right now.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.